Hey folks, this is Vince with That's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Nightingale. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about $30 or so, and I stress Early Access. That means everything that you're about to see is most definitely subject to change. That being said, there is a 40% off sale going on right now until September 26th, 2024. So if you like what you see, now might be the time to get it, especially if you enjoy survival games like Ark or Enshrouded, because this game scratches a similar itch. And I have to just be totally upfront here. I only got the one press key, so I could not test out co-op. You can play offline and online, and I obviously didn't bother checking online because there's no point. I'm only playing by myself. So in offline mode, I had access to like an NPC helper that I could get. I could even fast travel back to my main respite or base whenever I wanted to, which was kind of cool. The character creation is really good. I was really surprised by this. It's fairly in-depth. You can adjust a multitude of things. You select a preset, and then from there you can adjust it. You can even adjust the ancestry. Like, you can, like, pick multiple presets and then define your ancestry type. It's really cool. But once you pick like a starting class of sorts, which doesn't really affect a whole lot, you meet this, whatever this is, named Puck. And he's kind of like your tutorial narrator through the opening onset of the game. Now, once you get in there, once you start playing, you'll start learning that the game play loop is this. You've got like this, you've got these cards that will open up portals to different worlds, so to speak. You start off in this forest ambiance realm, and it's called ambiance, I think it's called, because you can build a respite/base there. So the gameplay loop is go to other worlds, get resources, come back to your respite/ambient realm, and just build up your base from there. And then you'll be able to spend essence in order to unlock new blueprints. There's like tier 1 essence, tier 2 essence, tier 3 essence. And the different worlds that you travel to will have different points of interest. Some will be puzzles, like activate the shrines in the right order based on, the order that they're pinging. Sometimes you'll find like these infestations that you have to clear out by destroying the heart, kind of like in State of Decay. And, once you do that, the area is clear. And typically you get just essence in reward. You get essence everywhere. I had no trouble within the first couple of hours accumulating hundreds of essence and using that to unlock more recipes in my progression book. There's even an NPC trader that you'll get access to later in that realm. And I'm assuming in other realms too. And you'll be able to trade that essence for actual things rather than just research. But yeah, the person that you can recruit, at least in the offline play, the solo mode, you can have them follow you. You can set behaviors like, I want you to cut down trees. I want you to mine. I want you to, harvest, or, so you can kind of set things to a limited degree, kind of like in Sons of the Forest, with that one guy that you get that's deaf or whatever. So anyway, as is typical of a survival game, you're going to go around, collect resources, mine things out, sometimes to hilarious effect, like rocks seem like they spontaneously combust whenever you mine them, so rocks end up flying everywhere. I don't mind, it's okay. I was enjoying the gameplay loop, I really was. Again, I have to stress though, I have about, I want to say 4 or 5 hours in at this point. I've only seen 2 worlds so far. I'm sure there's a lot more to come. Now, the base building aspect is my favorite part of these kinds of games. I could spend hours just in my base, just customizing things the way I like. In my original, playthrough, I put a tent down. I could have put a foundation down. I could have done a lot of different things. But I was still learning the ropes. I was even using the wrong tool to cut things, it's typical, but it's a learning curve. But, I enjoyed the homey feel I had there was the grass, there was the tent that I put overhead, and then I was just starting to put some crafting stations in there. And this is the part that I'm most looking forward to playing around with, because I want to see Can I put multiple tents down in a row and have this big like longhouse kind of thing? You know, what can I do with this building thing? And again, you build your base in the special, you know, Abiance world. Again, I don't know what the exact word is, but there's realms that you open that are specifically Abiance or whatever it's called, and that's where you can put a respite down. Your respite is like a stone structure that you put down that signifies this is your base. So you can only put these things down in certain realms that you're opening. But once you get the base up and running, you know, typically, you know, you have crafting stations. You can cook things on a fire, so you need to fuel that. There's multiple recipes, but you typically unlock these recipes via the essence that you've been earning over time. You know, all of that is fun. You unlock a tannery, you know, you unlock various recipes with your essences. You craft the buildings. That part is my favorite. The combat was okay. It received some flack in the past, but there was a recent update. I'm suspecting that's why I recently got a key. But yeah, like it feels like there's actual some force feedback there. When I hit a wolf, I feel like I've hit it. And it'll kind of fly, or if a ghoul or whatever, you know, if I strike it with my axe, it flies in a particular direction. So like combat is actually satisfying. I haven't played the game before the update to know what it was like before, but I was actually impressed with it. And speaking of impressed, the views in this game, oh my gosh. I had to play it on medium quality settings because it was just getting really laggy. That's my sole complaint with this game is the optimization. Granted, my computer is about 2 or 3 years old, but my graphics card, if you check out my description, you'll see that I've got my PC set up. It's not bad. I can run Starfield. I play Helldivers 2. You know, I play some pretty heavy games. Baldur's Gate 3, pretty heavy, intensive graphical games, and typically I don't have any problems with those. So I had to, like, you know, alternate between low and medium quality settings just to get this game not to stutter so much. So I still feel like, you know, this being early access, I think if I were them, I'd be focusing on making the game run better. Optimize it, fix memory leaks if there are any, that kind of thing. I think that's what needs to happen. But I love the overall gameplay loop. Explore all the different points of interest on the map that you're in, that realm. And when you're done with that realm, you have to find like the heart or like the main area. Like there's like a boss area, I guess. And you go through the temple and you do the thing and you you finish that realm, so to speak, and then that allows you to get cards that open the doors to other realms as well. And you can even modify realms with like minor cards, like you can cleanse the area of bad effects, or you can add more food generation or something or other. So you can actually like use cards to open new realms, but you can also use cards to modify them. And I'm also looking forward to seeing what different realms I can open. Like I'm really curious. Like this is like an alternate dimension, you know, thing. I'm really curious to see what is out there. And again, theoretically, you're able to like go back and forth between your base. I haven't gotten that far yet. I had just gotten to my second realm and messed around with it a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, the lag is getting bad to the point where I need to turn it off and collect myself and not get frustrated. So like I want to come back to this and I want to keep playing it because the gameplay loop is there and I found it satisfying. I like the base building. It's similar to Enshrouded. I can't comment on what's better because I like both. But like I want to keep playing this. I want to unlock more cards and realms and see what's out there. It's just I wish the game were better optimized. I had trouble technically and graphically with this. And I know partially it's, you know, I don't have the latest computer, but who can afford a three grand computer every year? I can't. Speaking of which, guys, if you haven't subscribed to me on Patreon, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so this game, Nightingale, with it being 40% off, I do recommend it because $30 might be a bit much for the state that the game is in, but you're going to get a lot of playtime out of this, I think. I mean, I didn't want to put this game down in order to record this video. I really didn't. The only reason I did was because, again, I was getting frustrated with the optimization and how sometimes things would lag here and there. But the overall look of it, the feel, and the environments, beautiful. I loved it. So Nightingale, definitely check this game out, especially on that 40% off sale. Here's hoping that they fix the technical stuff in the background, behind the scenes stuff, better optimize it, because if they do that, I think this game could just, this is a game I will not walk away from. And hopefully I'll get a second key and report back on online play as well. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.